think about that all the time. I think about what would be, like, if I were to do... I think about my directing style and how it would draw. It draws a lot of inspiration from Jackie Chan.
Right.
Like, a lot. A lot of cut, a lot of open shots, a lot of wides. The only time I don't do a lot of wides is when I do, like, oh, this person's killing this person with a knife or whatever, you know? Like, weapons are kind of hard, because unless you're using prop weapons, which I don't think ever look that good on screen, because I would never use CG sword. I'm just not a CG guy. I'm a practical effects. I like practical effects.
I'm a good old-fashioned practical effects boy.
You and Elijah indoctrinated me, but it's true. And practical effects are fucking awesome, dude.
They're just good. They look good.
Yeah, they do. They look real. I can tell you that much.
The thing to remember for anyone who's trying to draw inspiration from another creator, and this is something that I had to really internalize. Oh, nice. You find a piece of heart.
Oh, cool.
It's not about trying to dissect why someone did the things that they did, because that's just impossible. You're not going to really understand the specific motivations that go into why any one particular shot is used over any other particular shot, and you're going to think you do, but that's ultimately it's a fallacy. You're going to come really close, potentially, but it'll be your perception of their perception. It won't be their perception, right? Just kind of by definition.
Hey Andy, your rupees are open 24/7.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, you just had good numbers. Anyway, continue. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your thing. You were talking really seriously, and I'm really sorry.
What was I saying?
It would be a fallacy to think that you would know the reason about why a shot was taken over.
However, you can know that a shot works, and you can kind of get a grasp of that within yourself for why that is, and kind of grow your understanding of yourself as a filmmaker and as a creator, or as a storyteller even. I just wanted to escape that guy. Based on your takeaway from those films, because ultimately, like I said, all those minutiae and all those qualia are going to come down to a different experience for everyone, because everyone's going to have a slightly different take on those qualia in the film. It's like, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about, what movie was it? Harley Quinn, the new Harley Quinn movie.
I've not seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but...
Wait, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, or...?
The one, it was one that was, that might come out in the future, I think. It's one that's teased.
Oh, teased. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but, essentially, he thought it was interesting that I took a position that it's I don't know. I'm kind of big on anyone should be able to tell any story, because that's their thing. It's their interface with the story. It's a personal experience. And obviously anyone can have whatever opinion that they want about that take on the story. I'm not saying no one can have any opinion, whatever. But my point is, contrary to that position, where am I going? I need to go to the fucking Death Mountain. Stop wandering. Contrary to that position, I felt that the character of, characters like Harley Quinn specifically, are, the expression of their story is directly tied to elements of their character. So to alienate them by having someone else tell that story is difficult for me to be like, well, I mean, it's like, I don't know. If it were it's the difference between a boy writing a story about that and a girl writing a story about that. That's my point. You can't have... Ultimately, the creator of the story is going to impact the story being told just through the lens that they could experience the story, right? A boy is not going to be able to tell the story that a girl filmmaker is telling, simply by the quality of their experience.
Yeah.
Not to be essentialist on labels like boy or girl. I'm just saying quality, like types of people have different types of experiences living, and those experiences are material in their in their situation and in their lifestyle, and that comes down to, and that's what art is about, is expressing all that stuff.
Yeah. No, I think a good analogy for what you're trying to say is like if you can imagine like a projector lens.
Yeah.
Or is that ultimately the picture that comes through the projector lens is the same picture. However, the varying types of lens will change the image in such a way where it could look drastically different depending on what lens you use, and we as people are the lenses for which art is then magnified through for the audience at large.
Yes. Yes. It's like you can't have an objective take on a movie. I kind of feel like it's not like, that's not to say movies can't be objectively about something in the creator's mind, right? Movies can be about specific subject matter, obviously. But the point is, there's no objective truth to that sort of thing, the way there's no objective truth to a piece of art, right? A painting. To say that a story is about, like, I don't know. To say that a story is about, like, losing innocence and growing up before your time is as valid as to say it's a story about fucking lions, right? It's like, both of those takes are objectively correct and true.
Yeah.
But it's just what the person takes away from the experience. And that's not to say that it's like the filmmaker must have made a choice to be one way or the other, because obviously they could have chosen to be a third thing. That's their subjective experience with the story.
Right.
That's kind of, I feel like, the draw of film to me, is the sense that it's so personal and visceral you that you're telling. You have to have such fortitude to put yourself on screen. I had it described to me that way before. Fortitude. And I've never heard it that way. And it's so true that you have to be, like, you have to basically bleed yourself to get anything on camera as a creator, because it's so deep within you. And that's maybe me being a little dramatic, but you know what I mean? It's true.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It smacks of truth.
No, I mean, I definitely believe it. I mean, you and Elijah really are the major guys. I feel like of our.
It's like,
I mean, not to say like everyone else.
Yeah. Here's an example. I doodle dogs sometimes when I'm bored.
You do doodle dogs, that is correct.
And I've kind of tried to justify the way that it's easy for me to do that, because I have an artist's eye from training. And it's, the way that I do that is I say, well, you just draw the shapes of the thing. And it's like, well, duh, no shit, you draw the shapes of the thing, that's how drawing works. But, like,
yeah,
I'm saying that the difference is, my perspective on the drawing that I'm doing is, it's just shapes. I'm able to identify specific elements of the drawing, like this is a circle, this is a trapezoid, this is an oblong, whatever, right? And whereas the viewer might see it as a dog, right? Might see it as like just a squiggly line that doesn't even look like a dog potentially, because it's that big. That's that much of a doodle, right? It's that much of a what's it called? A
sketch.
Well, yeah, a sketch. But I'm thinking of. I always forget this. A gestural drawing. So as opposed to like a like concrete, like still life drawing. It's more artistic. Not more artistic. It's more I don't know. Gestural,
more
whatever.
Gestural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That subtlety is kind of what I'm getting at here. And it's impossible to describe. I'm having such difficulty describing it because it's like you have to it's like describing the quality of experience as a category. You know what I mean? Like it's totally it's nebulous. You can't really even touch it. What I'm trying to talk about. It's a category of a category. But this
meta category.
Yeah, meta category. It's like the kind of experiences that come across in the experience of a film. Or the kind of experiences that weigh on the how do you get the fucking Death Mountain again?
I think don't you have to go to the Zora domain?
Do
Or
I?
go close to Zora.
That might
I mean,
be
it's
true.
on the north. It's on the north top. It's on the top part of the mountain, but
I think you might be
you
right.
have to go up. All I know is you have to go up.
Well, we're going to Zora's domain, so good luck.
Yeah. Get some flippers.
And get some flippers. Pick the flips.
Get some flippers. Yeah. I mean, like honestly, what you've been saying makes a lot of sense. Some of the jargon didn't, like gestural. I mean,
So
you explained
gestural
what a
is like-
gestural was.
Yeah.
But I'm just like the word. is...
Editor, put up a picture of something that's gestural now versus something that's not. There you go. That's the difference. Maybe that'll help. I'll send you pictures. It's hard to
Thank you.
describe. It's hard to describe. It's like put up a picture of something that's pointillism and something that's not. But it's even more difficult than that.
What is pointillism?
It's like it's a medium. It's a medium of art, right? It's like
Look, I'm just
It's like
this
describe-
dumb, stupid guy. Okay?
No,
This is
I'm
a
not
lot
saying-
of words going over my head.
I'm sighing at exasperation at my difficulty explaining it because it's just they're difficult concepts to describe. It's like, what does blue mean? Well,
Well, depending on the context, it changes.
yeah. Gross.
Yeah. I mean, so, okay, so this is, because I'm dumb, and I oversimplify a lot of things.
If anything,
Because I
I'm
believe-
overcomplicating things, I think. To make sure that I'm understood. It's a difficult thing I grapple with.
No, I
Yeah,
think
give me
you're
it.
doing great, dude, honestly. You're great, dude, honestly. You stole that fairy.